fax working in the Rosar's Bakery down there. I fill in. I'm retired, but I still go out there and I help where they need me. I was having trouble with the same son that was involved in the police homicide shooting. My wife, he had cut himself. He was a 6-year military police veteran. He came home with, I guess what they call a disability now, drinking problem. When he was sober, he'd be mad at himself. He'd get drunk. He'd want to kill himself. He wanted to die. He'd cut himself. One evening, he cut himself. She called 911 for an ambulance. So he had staggered out, fell in the ditch. The first police officers walking down the driveway, they parked at the end of the driveway with no cars, lights flashing. They're walking down with their guns drawn and their flashlights. She was out on the deck. We had 2 shepherds out there with us. She said, he's fell in the ditch right here. He's over here in the ditch. They walked up there to her, and they said, well, she said, I'm going to put the dogs in the house so you won't have to shoot them, because they were worried about these 2 shepherds. And they said, you can't go back in the house until we clear it. She said, what do you need to clear the house for? He's right there in the ditch. Okay, well, she was still arguing the point, headed back to the house. One of the deputies hit her in the back of the head, give her a concussion. Speaking as fast as I can. Sure. It angers me. In the meantime, they were telling her to get up. She couldn't get up because she's had 2 hip replacements, plastic thumbs. So she was trying to climb to the fence to pull herself up. That wasn't fast enough. One of them jerked her up, tore the tendon in her muscle. You know, wanting to be a tough guy, a mobster, thug. So they beat the shit out of her is what they did. While he was laying over in the ditch before they ever got the ambulance there, because they wanted to clear the house for some reason. They finally got to go in and clear the house for whatever. They walked around the house, come back out, and then they brought the ambulance up to carry him off. Asked her if she wanted them to call somebody. She said no, because if 3 of you would have been here, I would have been dead in the ditch. Naturally, when I got home the next morning and heard the thing, I left my suitcase. I said, get in the car, we're going to go to the courthouse. I went in the courthouse, and I wasn't being a nice guy. I want to see those 2 guys down here at the courthouse. And they said, why? And I said, because they beat the hell out of my wife last night, and I'd like to see these folks. Well, they can't do that, so I called 911 to ask them if they would send those 2 deputies down to the courthouse. I was hoping I could just break one of their noses. I didn't care if they tased me. I just wanted to get one.